Hey there guys, welcome to Boxbread. As you may know, I haven't made a video on here for maybe a month or so now. So I thought I'd better get back to making videos. Here I am, going to give my prediction or thoughts on a fight that's happening this coming weekend. And it sees Adrien Broner back in the ring up against Vicente Escobedo. This is for Broner's WBO Super Featherweight title, and it is in Cincinnati, which is Broner's hometown. I think this is going to be a very difficult fight for Escobedo to win. I think that Broner's going to take a stoppage victory, and I'm going to go for the 6th round. If you look at Broner's record, he has a good KO ratio, and if he does get the job done, he normally does it early on. He doesn't waste time. So I think that while nothing can be taken for granted, as we saw this weekend with Amir Khan getting stopped by Danny Garcia, and I do think that Escobedo is no pushover. He's quite a gritty fighter. I believe that this is going to be stopped in the 6th round. Let's look at Escobedo. For me, the difficulty he has is what distance does he keep in this fight? For me, if he stays too far away, he keeps it too on the outside, he'll maybe safer, but at the same time, it's going to limit his ability to work enough to get the points on the board. I think there is also a chance that he'll probably be outboxed from the outside. But like I said, more than anything, it's going to work against him being able to get the work done, in my opinion. Remember, he's in Broner's hometown. He's going to have to prove, take the belt from the champion, because Broner has the title. So he's going to have to go above and beyond, as we've seen in the past. With these challengers, and then I look and I see, well, maybe he can just go completely to the inside and try and really get this, as a tough up close affair, and that will have some advantages in that perhaps if he pushes Broner back towards the ropes, he will be able to give the judges something to think about. Maybe they will see Broner under pressure. Maybe he will be able to make Broner a bit uncomfortable. But as we've seen, Broner can operate up close as well. I believe he's doing that shoulder roll type thing, and he's able to try and make it awkward inside and difficult for the opponent to catch him. So then I come to the conclusion that Escobedo is going to have to take some risk in this fight. He's going to have to find some sort of middle distance here in order to be able to do his best work. I think he's going to have to find some sort of middle distance, and I think the key for him in this fight is he's going to. I want to see him from the start setting up his punches with his jab. That's when I think he works best, when he's got a decent jab, but the advantage he has with it is that he seems to follow it up very well with punches. It seems to be sort of this mental thing with him where he can, some guys are better off when they're setting things up, and I think he's one of those guys. He can be a bit wild. If you see him start throwing wild punches, that's when he can get caught. He went down multiple times against Robert Guerrero, and that was because he when he gets into these wild exchanges, like we saw with Khan on the weekend, that's when you run the risk of getting caught. So I want to see him setting up his punches, using a bit more technique, using a bit more, setting up those combinations with the jab. That's going to be where he works at his best. He's going to have to take some risk. Obviously, he's going to have to get within distance and within Broner's range as well. But I think also he's pretty good at keeping a high guard. He tends to lose this as the fight goes on. So I don't want to see him losing his high guard. I want him high guard, jab, setting it up with a combination. So he can try and go low if he wants to, going for the body of Broner. Like I said, Broner's got that shoulder roll thing going on. He's emulating the sort of Floyd Mayweather style, and he's difficult to hit at times. And particularly, the body can be difficult to hit. But I think he's going to have to vary his punches, Escobedo, to stand a chance in this one. Looking at Adrien Broner, he is a young talent. I think he's a very talented fighter. I actually do rate him, regardless of his personality and the way he conducts himself outside of the ring and in the ring at times. I do respect his talent and his abilities, and I think he's definitely a bright star of the future. He's got definitely got big potential in boxing. He's quick. He's probably more quick and accurate than Escobedo. A little more he's more calculated, less wild. He'll be more of a thinking fighter in there, I believe. And for me, you have to look for Broner's left hook in this fight. His lead left hook is very good. It's quick and sharp, and I think he needs to look for that in this fight, because Escobedo, looking at him against Guerrero and in some other fights, I think he's open to not only the left hook but also the uppercut. I think that Broner should particularly look for that left hook. He should throw a few feints, open Escobedo up, so Escobedo starts throwing, and then when Escobedo drops his hands, opens up a bit, then, you know, go for that quick left hook. And I think he has the ability with that left hook to hurt Escobedo, and then go in for the kill and go in for the stoppage. Because, you know, once he tastes blood, Broner tends to be pretty explosive and pretty aggressive, and he comes in and really throws those bombs. I think it could happen. You know, he could hurt Escobedo with a left hook and then come up, follow it with the straight rights, come in with the combinations, try and, you know, force and hurt Escobedo and force him back and stop the fight. That's what I see happening around 6th round. This video is going a bit longer than I wanted it to, but that's my basic breakdown of the fight. Escobedo is going to have to try. I think he's going to find it difficult to stop Broner, although he has the type of punches, and he has some power there, that if he throws a wild punch and catches Broner, and Broner is caught napping, it could, you know, bring about a surprise. But I think it's going to be a very difficult fight for Escobedo style-wise. I don't think he has the talent, the ability to really trouble Broner in this one. And I think it's going to be more of a case of go in there, take some risk, and hope that something lands, and hope that something pays off. But first and foremost, Escobedo is going to be probably trying to defend himself and protect himself from punishment. But I think Broner is going to show another calculated performance and get the stoppage. Escobedo's one last point. Escobedo is a gritty character. You know, I said he went down multiple times against Guerrero, but he did go the distance. So this could be a case of him getting knocked down in the fight, but still going the distance. He's going to have to use all of his experience if he wants that to happen. Because I think there's no doubt he's going to have to take some form of punishment at some point in the fight. So I'm going to leave it there. Thank you guys for watching, and hopefully I can keep these videos running. This is Boxpred, and I am out.